before we get into your scores and the disclosure solution, I just want to explain to you why I was doing what I was doing. So, most people know it as plaque, but we call it biofilm. It's the same thing. Eating, even just a normal environment of your mouth, bacteria will build up. So the brushing and the flossing techniques really help to kind of mitigate that, make sure that it doesn't get to the point where a buildup of it will be causing, tartar, which you can't take care of at home. So we would have to come in for, and some people are uncomfortable with doing it too much. So, good brushing and flossing will stop that from happening. The probing that I was doing was checking your gum health, and so, like I was telling you about the numbers being nice, if we're allowing too much of the plaque to build up, we can run into some problems. So we have my handy little tools here. So we're looking at here with gingivitis, which is just a swelling of the gums. Usually happens in between the teeth. It's easier to happen there because it's a harder place to brush and floss. So a buildup of the biofilm, or the plaque, as most people call it, will cause the gums to swell, which will give us higher numbers. But since your numbers are nice and low, we don't have to worry about that. And but if we let it go on for too far, we start having early periodontitis, which is when we start actually losing the bone that holds our teeth in, and once that goes, it cannot come back. So it's much easier to get the biofilm under control when we're still in the plaque or early biofilm phases. Maybe a little bit of tartar we can work with, but it's good to keep up good brushing and flossing techniques to make sure that we don't get any further from there and experience any bone loss. All right, and I'll stop it, and then there we go. Okay, and so we did probing on your lower right side. The numbers we're looking at here, starting with your molars back at 31, 2s and 3s mostly, got some 1s, those are good numbers. We just don't really want to see anything higher than 4. Don't worry about swelling or anything like that. So to me it looks like your gums are in good condition. So now for your practice here, I have here so we can show you. Most of the plaque was showing up in approximately, which it is for most people, honestly. You said you just ate, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. You got a 21.4%. I like to keep it under 20, but again, you just eat. So I think that would be better, if you caught it after you're brushing, before eating. Okay. So that's not bad. Do you floss often?
Yes, I floss every day.
Okay. How about first you show me how you floss?
Okay.
And then I will show you some pointers. Okay. You like the light on? Are you good?
Oh, no, I'm good.
All right.
Will you just hold this for me?
I will. Yeah. Huh? Okay. All right. So
I just shimmy it in between my teeth. Go up in that C shape. Below the gum line.
all right, everything's looking pretty good. I would just to give you some pointers. Get that off for you there. So I would just give you some pointers. I'm going to use this other end here to control it a little bit better. We're just going to wrap a lot of it, mostly around your middle finger, your non-dominant hand. Okay. So we're going to leave basically just enough. Wrap it around the middle of your dominant hand here. So grab it like you're pinching. So we'll helps you keep a little bit better control of it, so that while you're in there, you don't have any slipping. So you're right with the sawing motion. Gently get it in there. I know it's like hard spaces. So again, you were right with the C. Cup it around the tooth. Cup it around the tooth in a C. And then we're going to cup it around the other tooth in a C. Sorry, chose the tightest teeth. And then gently saw it back and forth to get it out. So you don't have to pop it, you know, try and do as little gum trauma as possible. So I'm happy with that. And what kind of toothbrush do you use?
I use an Oral-B power toothbrush.
All right, good choice on power toothbrushes. I love that. How are you brushing your teeth with a power toothbrush?
So I start up here on the facial surface. Okay, you get the gist.
Yes.
And then I go to angle. And I do the approval.
Okay.
You see how it was red? That means I was pushing too hard.
Yeah. All right, so I was going to say the same thing. It showed you itself, and you already knew what it was. You're pushing too hard. A lot of these new ones, of course, they will change colors,
Yep.
but
And I think that's what I had. Is it? Yeah. Well, I had two of them, but yeah, that's the new one that I had.
so the method for power brushing is the Smith method. So you were in there right in the first place. When you first put it in, you're going to angle it at a 45-degree angle if this is the front surface of your tooth and your gums are up here. Try and get them up so that they kind of underneath the gums a little bit, and we're kind of 50-50 underneath the gums and on the surface of it. So with these power toothbrushes, the nice thing about them is that they do all the work for you. So no need to do any kind of like circular or back and forth or up and down or anything. It does most of it for you. So we're going to do 2 minutes twice a day like that. So as you were showing before, I'm going to turn it on because it'll be a little loud. But right up at an angle, 45 degrees, and then we're trying to do it by quadrant, 2 minutes, 30 seconds for each quadrant. So you'll do the front, or do the facial surfaces, lingual surfaces, you can do at a 45-degree angle back this way. And then, as you said before, you can do both on your occlusal surfaces for your molars. So I like that. Do you use a mouthwash?
Yes, I use Act Mouth Rinse.
Okay. So I would say it's okay to continue with that. So you have a history of caries?
Yeah, I have a crown and I have a number of composites on my molars.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So I know you use a good toothpaste with fluoride.
Yes, the gum detoxifier.
Detoxifier, right? Keep your gums in good shape. Your probing shows that they are in good shape. So yeah, keep up the good work and do a good fluoride mouth rinse. I'd say do this once a day. What if you want to do it brushing?
Yeah, I normally rinse about twice a day.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Do it with each brushing. Let it sit. Don't just immediately rinse it out with water afterwards. So, but yeah, just with water.
Thank you.
All right.